we're back here. We are in Miami. Venus was in Tampa yesterday, pero hoy en día she is here in Miami. Pero esta se está bailando y todo. How is it going, Venus?
Mira, Albert, this is going fantastic. Look, mira, you know what? Right now, soy tan orgullosa. I'm so overwhelmed. We're bringing together the Afro-Latino Caribbean community, los Dominicanos, los Haitianos, Trinidad. We have so many islands represented here, and we're just here to talk about the power of our votes here in South Dade. Ni sé qué decir. Mi gente, vengan. Orgullo, bring your flags.
Well, let's see if we can view and give, siempre estamos aquí en la tecnología, right? So let's add another view of the outside here. La gente bailando y todo. I'm telling you, we are outside here in Miami. And I tell you, one of the things about voting here in Miami, I think it's so important to know that people, Venus, Miami loves a party. Miami loves festival en cualquier idioma, en cualquier cultura, right? And if voting is not is not a community event, then what kind of event is it,
Oh, I know. You see Orgullo Dominicano aquí. Oh! Hey, this is just a vibe. This is bringing all our cultures together. This is bringing what we are all about, the Afro beats, the Caribbean. We're here. I mean, we're talking about voting. We're giving rides to votes. We've had so many people that showed up, and we've gone to take them to the polls. We need people to come out. Bring your banderas. We got different music. We got food. We got dancers. It's a party. It's a party. And I don't know what else to say. You're kind of missing it, LB. You're just in the studio.
I wish I'm just in the studio. Not everyone can be as fabulous as you in terms of being out there and about and out and about. But look, that's the thing. It's so important to vote these days. We know there's a lot of things on the ballot that are outside that are really, really important. And I think, one of the things that people have to understand is that, if you're not out there putting your voice out there, voting is not the only thing. There's a lot of things you can do, right? We're not saying that's the only thing, right? But if you can't, si no puedes hacer muchas cosas, at the very least, go to the poll. It's early voting. It has started already. And, and at least you can do your little civic duty. Get out there. Si no conoce los candidatos, and pregunta a alguien. There's lots of information out there. Lots of people who know what to do and how to do it.
Look, and I say this to our families and friends, it's about education. It's about, if you became a citizen to vote in this country, that it is your superpower. That's why I have my crown and my star on my wrist. These things are important. And if you can't vote, it's about educating. It's about knowing what's happening in your community, because everybody that's in, from your local offices, from your state offices, to your county offices, to your federal, they are affecting your lives daily. They're affecting us. And especially right now, the reality is that there's a lot of things that are affecting our community. A housing crisis in South Florida. I know that's happening in other states, but right now the biggest is in South Florida, the housing, education. So, hay muchas cosas que tú puedes hacer. Si tú no, mira, es importante votar temprano porque no hay línea. Es más fácil, nada más tú necesitas una licencia y tú puedes ir donde sea. Si tú vives en el condado de Miami-Dade, tú puedes ir a cualquier lugar en Miami-Dade. If you live in Broward, you can go to any place in Broward. If you live in West Palm Beach, it's not West Palm Beach, it's Palm Beach County. You can go anywhere in Palm Beach County. There's no lines. It's easier to do. For the most time, you don't have any lines or very small. Or you could do absentee, but absentee unfortunately already ended, so you can't mail. And if you have it sitting at your home, si tú lo tienes ahí la boleta en la cocina, mándalo ya. Like, put it in the mail. Like, let's go. Vamos.
Put it in. Mira. No, I mean, and you're so right. It is our superpower. We don't even realize that we have it, right? But we do. And the important thing is to know that, mira, nosotros tenemos diferente horario. La gente a veces trabaja, a
Sí.
veces la gente tiene dos trabajos, right? And they can't figure out a way to do it. But like, use that extra hour that you might have. Go, como tú dices, Venus, and especially in Broward and Miami counties, it's not like regular voting day. Tú no tienes que ir al lugar que está más cerca de ti. If you're next to the library, tú estás haciendo una diligencia, a lo mejor comprándote un café, un pan, antes que eso hace, bam, go, do your vote, get that in.
Exactly, get it in.
Yeah,
I mean,
get
look,
it done.
I say it, and then when we talk about our island nations, we are very involved, especially Los Dominicanos, very involved in politics. And we live here. Many of them vote here, but they're not as strong. But el voto dominicano es muy importante. We are the fifth largest Hispanic origin in the United States. So we should have a better voice. Our better voice is here. Oh, wait, I got otro dominicano aquí.
Let's go to vote. And let's vote well.
Espérate, hold on.
Pero ¿quién es
What's
este?
your-
¿Quién es este?
¿Cómo tú te
Díganos,
llamas?
tell us who you are.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Patricio Moreno. I am here in San Pastel restaurant with Venus here and a lot of nice people from all over the Caribbean and a lot of nice music, beautiful, beautiful people, and great food. So I don't need anything else.
One more. And if people
Yes,
want to
go ahead.
hang out and go there now, where they should go? Where they should be heading down to? Díganos.
Well, they have to come here.
It's
I-
18900 Southwest 114th Avenue.
beautiful.
It-
It's Miami, Florida. I
Yes.
think it's 33187.
I think it is. Mira,
Yeah,
él
yeah,
tiene
yeah.
zip code y todo. Yo no
Mira
tengo zip
ese.
code, él sabe
Mira,
todo.
danos uno para jugar también para la lotería, si while you're at it, right? Porque coge, porque
Tú tienes los números, tú tienes los números. No,
This is the place when everything's happening, guys. Come in here.
and we're giving rights to vote. So if you can get here, if you can walk here, you can get dropped off here. We will take you to the voting locations. There's 2 nearby us. We're here to talk about early voting. It's so easy. It's important. Look, we gave him a ride.
Mira eso, that's
Yes.
really good. That's really good. It's so important, right? It's so important. ¿Y por qué saliste a votar hoy? Mira, it's a beautiful day. You could have been doing a lot of other things. ¿Por qué?
Let me tell you, it wouldn't be snowing or, I don't know, probably falling cats and dogs. You know what? Democracy depends on our vote. This is probably one of the most important elections that we have today. We have to go ahead and make the difference. Our democracy is in jeopardy. We have people trying to sell us all kind of lies, stupidity, and we have to come and elect Val Demings for Senate.
Okay. Oh.
Sorry, I have to tell you.
No, you got your people. Tú tienes la gente tuya que tú
Tú
quieres
tienes
votar.
tu gente, tú tienes tu
No,
gente.
no,
Ya diga,
claro,
yo no-
claro, la
it's
gente
alright.
salen para alguien.
Yeah, let me tell you, you know what? Everyone could vote for whoever they want. But let me tell you this. This is
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, tell me why.
We
Tell
have
me
to
why.
vote for
Vamos a
people.
hablar.
Let me tell you something. We have to vote for people that represent us, for people that have been fighting for us. Let me tell you, I love Marco Rubio. I'm Dominican. I love Marco Rubio. He's Cuban. You know, Cuba and Dominican Republic, we have a nice history together.
Okay.
But let me tell you this. I have to vote for people that is ready to fight for my family, for me, for my Dominican people, for democracy. It's not only important in this country, democracy. Democracy is important for all Latin America. And if we lose democracy in this country, our people in Latin America, our countries are going to suffer still more. So this is extremely important that we come out to vote today in droves. we have to vote for Valdemar. I can tell you exactly the people what I.
No, mira, cada
Mira,
persona
es tu
tiene una.
opinión, es tu
Claro,
opinión, tú
igual,
sabes.
right, si la otra si la gente de Marco quiere venir, venga y hagan su cosa, pero la realidad es que that's about democracy, right? That's democracy.
Yeah, this is the beauty of this. This is the beauty of it. This is exactly what we should not lose. Instead of us analyze what we want to do, being managed like cows and voting for someone that necessarily is dictating what we have to do. No. To my life, dictating what my daughters have to do. No. I was created exactly the same as everybody else. And the Constitution of this country says very clear that we're all equal under the law. No one could be treated differently. Okay, so my daughters need to make their own decisions. Any women have the opportunity to do and make their own decisions. No government is telling me what to do with me and my life. No. So this is one of the reasons why I am voting Democrat. This is one of the reasons why I'm voting for Fernandez. This is one of the reasons why I am voting for people that represent me and my family. And this is another thing that is important.
Él tiene muchas cosas que decir.
I'm a Christian guy.
Claro.
100% Christian.
Okay.
Let me tell you, my family has been where my family were one of probably, I think they were the first Christian born again, the first in the area where I am from, in Dominican Republic, in a time where reading the Bible was not legal, was persecuted, was wrong. You were a crazy guy because you were reading the Bible. Since that time, my family has been Christian, and I have been educated in that belief. So the only thing I have to know and to measure what is good and what is bad is Jesus. Not the whole Bible. The whole Bible is huge. I know I have nothing against that, no problem. But I have the word and the teaching of Jesus. And Jesus tells me that I should promote love and truth. Lies, hypocrisy, and falsehood come from the devil. The truth comes from God. I am Dominican in the front. Let me bring my.
I don't know what he's bringing. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Espérate. Mira.
Okay.
Patia.
You see this is the Bible open in the center, telling us that we are supposed to follow. And this is open, I think it's John 2nd 8, something like that. I don't remember exactly. Don't quote me on that. But what
Don't
that
quote
says,
him.
what that says is, and we will follow, and we will get the truth, and the truth will set us free. And that's why when somebody's lying to me or to my people, it's promoting something else. Slavery is promoting not freedom. Totally opposite. It's not teaching what Jesus told me. It's not telling me that I'm equal, or my daughter, or anybody else, women. So for me, this is precious. It's very important. The truth and liberty, freedom, and democracy. Thank you very much. I love you guys. Come on,
Mira, él dijo muchas cosas. Mira.
Es domingo, uno tiene que uno tiene que respetar eso, pero la cosa que mira, voting is as much a moral idea too, right? Like at the end of the day, hay cosas buenas, hay cosas malas. Él estaba hablando de la democracia, he was talking about democracy, and the truth is that democracy doesn't stand if people don't do those small things. Again, we're not saying it's the only thing, it's not the only thing, there's lots of things. And mira, hay mucha gente que todavía no puede
Espérate, antes que nosotros vamos, I gotta bring on one of our sponsors from the event. So I just want to give them a little shout out. One of them is, of course, Florida Rising. We want to thank because we partnered with them to do this great event to get out the vote. So I'm going to put somebody on that represents the organization. Oh, espérate. Hey. I'm sorry. Me cogí un momento para mí, un momento.
No, we got to look.
Yes. So give me 1 second. Let me pull somebody out, and then I'll be right back with you.
Yeah, no. Let's see. Let's look at the scene. Let's look at the scene right here, out here in Miami, outside of Saque Pase restaurant down here, down in South Dade, as people are, trying to give folks a ride to the polls and really just making voting a real festive occasion. Voting is our right. It's our superpower, as Venus says. But it's also stuff that we like to do. We like to do it our way, right? Do it our way in our style. Hey, Venus, who do you have here with us?
I have Kelly. Say hi, Kelly, with Florida Rising. Say hello to our Dominican people and everybody else broadcasting.
Sunday. My name is Kelly Ann, the lead organizer of Florida Rising. Really grateful to be out here with you. And this wonderful event, promoting all of our champions on the ballot for November. We're bringing together all sorts of people, Dominicans, Haiti. To celebrate the way we know how. So we're promoting early voting from now until Sunday, November the 6th. You can go to any polls off Miami-Dade County from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's really important that you go vote in person, early voting, or fill out your vote by mail if you haven't already. And if not, make sure to vote on Election Day, November 8th. We're really happy to be out here with you. This is a wonderful event. And I'm going to go back in bed.
Definitely. Thank you. Mira eso. No, look, at the end of the day.
Que está perdiendo.
No, es claro. Mira, I'm always, that's what happens when you're in the studio as a producer. You're always missing the action from the outside, right? Always missing the action from the outside. Look at that, mira, mucha gente, they're having a lot of fun. Because that's what voting should be, right? Like democracy should be like that, right? It should be hanging out. It should be a fun occasion. And it's one of the things we do, right? It's our civic duty, right? But we do our civic duty our way, right? We have to do it our way. No le tiene que decir.
Exactly. No, que tú lo dices como tú lo quieras. You do it how you want. But we're just here promoting to use your power. El poder que tú tienes en tu voto. The power that you have in your vote. It's your right. It's your responsibility. And, I can say it for myself. You feel so good when you do.
Yeah, most definitely. So look, we're going to take a couple of minutes here. We're going to have you dance around. But in the meantime, now I understand that you were in Tampa yesterday. You were at the Romeo Santos concert. And you ran into this great young woman, Tatiana Morales, right?
Oh, yes. I got a chance to speak to a lot of our Dominican community. Imagine that. En un Romeo Santos concert in Tampa. Hay tanto dominicano there. I even won a wonderful gift from Bravo Tampa, which is actually Dominican owned. So for all those people in Tampa, Bravo Tampa in Town and Country, I'm just giving them a shout out porque me dieron comida y tú sabes cuando me dan comida me siento feliz.
Claro. But look, let's play this interview that you did yesterday with Tatiana. I think we learned a little bit a lot, and it just gives you a sense of what the voter, or at least what the Dominican voter out there is doing. Then we'll do that. We'll have the interview there, and then we'll come back for you, and you can give us some closing thoughts on today, okay? Sounds
Fantastic. Thank you.
Let's hear what Tatiana has to say.
Que lo que, mi gente, I'm out here at the Romeo Santos in Tampa running into Dominicans porque tú sabes que I smell them. Yo lo sé dónde está, yo lo busco. Aquí. Sí, mira, ¿y cómo tú te llamas?
Mi nombre es Tatiana Morales y vivo en Tampa, Florida.
Oh, shit. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's okay. I can cut it out later. No, but I have a few questions for you. Do you mind if I talk to you? Because tú eres dominicana, yo soy
Estoy
dominicana.
aquí, la dieta es linda, estamos aquí.
Oh, fantastico. Now, you already told me your name. So, I mean, we can hear that you're Dominican, but I need you to officially say, what is your country of origin?
So I was born in Miami Lakes, Florida, but my whole family is from the Dominican Republic, and they just got I am the first generation here, so my whole life and lens and my siblings still live in DR. So I spent half my life going back and forth.
Wow, and you mentioned something that I think is very important. You said you're a first generation Dominican. So what do you think that means to you? When you say that, you know, you told us, I mean, I see orgullo, yo veo orgullo dominicano, but I also see orgullo being first generation. What do you think that means? What does that mean to you?
To me, it means a lot. So yeah, being from Miami and then living, nice, yeah, of course, but like being from Miami, I lived in a really diverse place, and the second I got out of that, I realized how important it was to, one, represent my community, because a lot of people I've met have never met a Dominican before.
Yes!
They've literally never met a Dominican, and that is such a rare thing of like, they've never met a Latina, they've never met like my culture, they've never encountered any aspect of the language and the people I come from. And the history is really important. Like, a lot of people wonder about, like, they're so focused on what America is, but America's made up of all these people with all these brand new stories, reinventing their whole family. And like, my grandmother was a seamstress and didn't get a degree, and I have 2 degrees now. And I think it's really important to like represent my community and the people around me.
Espérate. Espérate. Ella tiene título. Título tiene. So before we even move on to my other question, you said you have 2. So tell us, because orgullo, diga, ¿cuál es los títulos tuyos?
So the 2 of them are bachelors of science in what their science is in art, so it's very funny. But it's psychology and women and gender studies. So it's all about, I care about people, and I want the people in our community and the communities around me to be healthy and happy and free to live their lives.
No, I completely understand. And, you know, you came to, as you know, Que Lo Que is partnering with Florida Rising in an organization, and that's where I met you at the booth. Now, tell us, do you vote?
Of course, of course.
Now, somos Dominicanos, we're Dominicans here. The power of the Dominican vote. As you may or may not know, the Dominicans are the 5th nationality in the United States. So how does that make you feel?
Honestly, it makes me feel really confident, because I think there are a lot of different ethnic groups that face a lot of different experiences, and I think being Dominican, a lot of times we face being black in America, but also being Hispanic, and that tends to put us in a really crazy place in our society. And I think going out and voting and being like, I am a person from this community, from this tiny little island, goes out and represents what I care about my community, and I want leaders that care about me. Because right now we're a tiny little island, but there are so many Dominicans everywhere, and we just grow and grow and grow. And I think as we become a larger voting group, it's going to be really important that we have people that represent our interests. Because, like, let's face it, a lot of Dominicans aren't wealthy. They're not out there living the greatest life. They're poor, working class people that came to this country, probably their degree doesn't even work here. And they're people that need help and need that representation. And that's why we got to go out and vote.
No, fantastic. And my last, but the best question is, I mean, you talked about going out, getting our people riled up. But, you know, tell our community about the power of the Dominican vote. Come on, just get them out there in these streets. Let them hear from you.
Listen, if you want to go party with your presidente and go out and watch a baseball game, someone's got to pay for the roads, someone's got to pay for the cars, someone's got to pay for the sidewalks that get you there. And that someone should care about you, and they should care about all of us. Because if they don't, and we've seen what happens when they don't, we get left out. And we can't be left out of these conversations because, listen, we're too loud in these rooms to be ignored. And we have to use that power, use that confidence, use that people that we are, and work together to move us all forward.
Well, thank you, muchas gracias. And look, normally we don't do it, but I'm gonna tell you, we gotta end with los 3 golpes. So are you ready? It's our quick fire questions.
Let's do it.
Totore o Maduro?
Para mí, Maduro.
Bachata o merengue?
Merengue.
Ron Barcelo o Presidente?
Presidente.
Oh, there you
You
go.
can't leave your national drink hanging now. You can't.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon. And Dominican power.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that. That was fun. That was fun. Look at you. It's like, I'm going to date my son, be like Bubba Walters, but look at you. Like, it's really doing the actual process.
I know I'm a Dominican on the street. I love it. I love it. No, but we
Oh,
actually got so many more interviews. But I'm so glad that you were able to play Tatiana's because I really felt as a first generation American, she really understood not only her Dominican roots, but her American roots. And that's why, I fell in love with her. I actually can't wait to go up back to Tampa just to have more of a conversation with her. And more so porque tiene título, tú sabes. El
mira,
título
mira.
hace
Es
muchas
que mucha
cosas.
gente, I'm telling you, we got skills. We got skills. We got the skills. Look, for those of us who are just joining us, Venus, tell us where are you at? What are you doing? What's the scene down there in South Dade?
Well, right now I'm in Sac Passe Restaurant 2 off of Quail Roots, which is 18900 Southwest 114th Avenue. And we're here encouraging and talking about early voting and voting in general. We're also providing rides to the early voting station. And we want to thank our sponsor and our partner in this, Florida Rising, for just jumping into our community and always focusing about the Black and Brown community and the issues that affect us. And we're here doing con Latino, con las islas caribeñas. Estamos juntos con la música, con música, comida, disfrutando,
Mira,
disfrutando.
siempre disfrutando, siempre. Well, that's what we do, right? That's what we do. That's the things that we do. Now, you guys are gonna be there. How long are you guys gonna be there more? I know, like, it is
Well,
Sunday. Where you guys?
I know, but early voting locations in general are open from 7 to 7. They're going to be open all week until this Sunday. Then on Monday it's a break, and then of course election day is on Tuesday, November 8th. So we'll be here until 7 o'clock. So if you need a ride to the polling locations, please stop by. We'll give you a ride. We'll talk to you about what you need to do, about how you ride. And I'll say it again. All you need for early voting, you don't need anything but your ID. All you need is your ID. Tu licencia, y tú no manejas sin licencia. ¿Qué
Claro,
chingón
especially not in
licencia tú no
Florida, right?
manejas? Yes.
No. It's true. It's true that you need that information. You can do it. You're right. All week long, early voting is going on. People definitely know it's going on. We dropped it in the links here in terms of the Facebook links if people want to know in terms of the information in terms of in Miami-Dade. We'll also drop it in terms of down here in terms of just right here. Early voting information there. Go to that site. You can figure it out. And mira, as Venus and I always say, you can't be in it. People say you can't complain if you don't vote, don't fight this and that. Hay mucha gente que no pueden votar,
Yo
pero
lo digo, no me hagan complain.
no. But if you can, vote, if not for yourself, vote for those who can. La tía tuya, el hermano tuyo, el amiguito que está indocumentado, like all these folks, they're depending on you. Right? So if you got that choice, if you got that privilege, get out and do that vote. Any last thing you want to tell us, Venus, before we get out of here?
Well, before we go, I just want to give out that we have a stop by from our state representative in the South Dade area, Representative Kevin Chambliss. Hold on, let me give him this so he can hear everything. We're live. This is our state representative, Kevin Chambliss, enjoying the music and food.
How's everybody? How are you?
Good, Kevin. Good, Kevin. Hey, Kevin, tell us one thing. I know, I know this is your bread and butter, but tell the folks out there why is it so important for them to do what they need to do to get out and vote, especially during early voting period.
Yeah, thanks for that question. It's important that everybody gets out to vote because if you don't speak up for your community, then someone else will. They'll make an assumption about your community. And therefore, you might not get the necessary resources that you need. You might not have the laws that affect your community might not necessarily be the ones that you want. And we've seen that in this past legislative session. And so it's important that voters speak up and be counted so that we can appropriately know exactly what those communities need. I mean, things like education, whatever you feel about education, you should be able to go out and vote so that your voice can be heard. Whoever you think best represents you, to make sure that you go out and you support that person. Or again, someone who does not know your community might get in office, and that is so that's how our community misses out on so much, so many times.
It's really important. And look, we appreciate you coming down. We appreciate you always doing what you do and trying to do your best and trying to use your superpower of leadership to try to make the world and make our communities a lot better. We really, really do appreciate it.
Thank you guys for what you do. Let's all go out and vote. When we vote, we win. Thank you.
Most definitely.
There you
Look
go.
you bring in superstars and everything, you know?
I'm gonna start dancing. I can't dance.
The state rep said he started to dance, but he can't dance, but he's gonna try.
We all got goals.
Yes.
We all got goals.
Yeah. Look, we all say it, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Voting is a superpower, and I know I'm not the only mutant out here in the world. And together we are not the minorities; we are the majority. So we stand together on causes like education, women's right to choose. You know what I mean? Like, if we stand on these together, we can do so much. Podemos hacer tanto juntos. Que, there's just nothing there's nothing else more I can say except for come join me porque hay comida y música.
Maybe I should get out the studio and head out there. It might just be enough time. Mira, if anything, again, folks, get out there to vote. If you're trying to join Venus now, you're going to be there at least for a little bit. Again, there are our friends over at Plaza Sake restaurant over there. They're doing, again, this is a great event here in terms of, again, really trying to bring Afro-Latinos, Caribeños, are both English-speaking and Spanish-speaking Caribbean folks together, right? Again, that's so important for us, this kind of unity in democracy. Get out there to vote. We dropped it in the links. If you need some early vote information around Miami-Dade, then, find it, go to the link. And if not, at the end of the day, this is our message to you. Go out there and vote. Be a part of the solution. And do what you can to do that. Venus, as a president, always, we're going to leave it with you dancing, because you know what? There's nothing more nice than that.
It's gonna be all right. Don't worry about a thing. And every little thing is gonna be all right when you vote, when you vote, when you vote.